School is in session. My friends, behind me is the oldest wooden schoolhouse in the United States. This is where our story comes full circle. It is a story of loss, a story of courage, and the story of who we are. People with different voices, cultures, and experiences coming together to create a community inclusive of all for the betterment of all. This is your story. It is my story. It is the story of the Menorcan people.
Back in 1763, the British took over St. Augustine. At the time, the king offered large land grants to get British citizens to populate this new colony. A man by the name of Dr. Turnbull took advantage of this program and started an indigo plantation south of St. Augustine. Indigo is a very toxic plant that when dried and mixed with a liquid will create a beautiful dark blue dye. Dr. Turnbull realized he needed people to work the plantation, so he sent his representatives to the Mediterranean region in 1768 to recruit 500 people to work as indentured servants for 7 years. At the end of the 7 years, Dr. Turnbull was supposed to give them their freedom and land. His recruiters gathered people in Greece, Italy, and Minorca, and collectively they were referred to as the Menorcans. When it came time to sail back to Florida, the ships were filled not with 500 people, but 1,500 people. Overcrowding caused terrible conditions on board the ships, and only 1,255 people survived the voyage. Conditions at the plantation were no better. Dr. Turnbull had supplies for only 500 people, and living conditions deteriorated quickly. These immigrants did what they could to survive. They learned each other's languages. They worked together and looked forward to the day when they would be free and have land of their own. But that never happened. Dr. Turnbull treated them cruelly and refused to honor his promise. As the years dragged on, the population dwindled and many died of starvation and disease. Finally, they had had enough. In 1777, they gathered up their belongings and walked 70 miles to St. Augustine. When they arrived, they petitioned Governor Patrick Tonin for sanctuary, which he granted. They were given the north end of town, which still had many abandoned Spanish homes. They moved into the dilapidated homes, made repairs, and started their new lives. That brings us back here. Juan Ginopoli moved his family into this very home. The Ginopoli family added a second story and turned the first floor into a school, teaching English to the children. It is now known as the oldest wooden schoolhouse. Juan learned to speak English and helped secure the north end of town for his community from the plantation by explaining to the governor the lies and extreme cruelty they had endured. For over 100 years, children in this community learned reading, writing, and mathematics inside this schoolhouse.
My friends, this part of our journey is coming to an end, but the story of St. Augustine continues. We have heard different voices, learning to speak as one, different cultures coming together for the betterment of the community, and different experiences that add to a better understanding of each other. We learned about people who dared to dream of a better future, not only for themselves, but for their neighbors. This is who we are as a city, a state, and a nation. We are different voices, different cultures, and different people, all working together to create a better tomorrow for everyone. This is St. Augustine, a vibrant, inclusive city, my city and your city. This is a city built on dreams. So I urge you to dream. Dream of the past, dream of the present, and dare to dream of the endless possibilities of tomorrow. All it takes is one small dream to change the world.